During the second year of the Hollywood canteen, Bette Davis's second husband, Arthur Farnsworth, died very suddenly, leaving her a widow at the age of 35. Suffering a setback in her private life, she turned to her professional life for compensation.
Stanley, dear. Stanley.
In the film In This Our Life, she played a spoilt, self-centered young woman who attempts to blame a Negro boy for a hit-and-run accident she had committed herself.
Something terrible's happened. Peter.
Don't talk.
You're going to stay, aren't you? Please stay with me.
When you're rested and feel better, I'm going to take you home.
Home?
Yes.
They don't want me. Nobody wants me.
They want you very much, Mother.
Her sister, by contrast calm and sensible, was played by Olivia de Havilland.
We were on the set, and Ernie Haller, the cameraman who had done Gone with the Wind, was carefully lighting a scene which was very important for Bette. And the first assistant began to sort of harry him, Ernie Haller, to speed it up. And Bette understood that what really counted was what went on film, even more than the budget. And the time schedule meant the budget. So she lashed out at the first assistant, Jack Sullivan, in such a manner it was like sheet lightning, like the crack of a whip. All of us froze in absolute terror, including Jack Sullivan. And a second later, I thought, what a remarkable and brave thing she's done. She's protecting the quality of this film, and she's protecting her own work on which the film depends.
I've done a dreadful thing. That accident, it wasn't Perry. I did it. And now they've found out and they're going to tell the police. And they'll send me to prison. Prison, Uncle. Oh, it was an awful thing, I know that. But I didn't mean to hurt anybody, and it just happened, and then I was so upset I didn't know what I was doing. Uncle, I don't want Perry punished. Maybe you could fix it so that he'd get out of prison and then I wouldn't have to go to the police. I can't face it. You're the only one who can save me, Uncle. The only one in the world. I'll do anything you say. Just tell me what to do. Uncle, I'll come and live here. I'll take care of you. I'll make you laugh. Remember how we laughed the other night? Oh, we'll have fun. We'll do anything. Anything you want.
I think that one should know one is acting. I think we can sit on the street corner and see the real people. And I think a terrible thing has happened today. It's all getting so real. Very little makeup, no hair, nothing. And I always believed that acting was larger than life.
Why don't you say something? Uncle! Uncle, what's the matter with you?
6 months at the outside. That's all he gives me. 6 months.
What are you talking about?
Only 6 months to live. That's what the doctor said.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle, but maybe the doctor's wrong. There isn't much time. They may be on their way to the district attorney's office right now. Call him up, Uncle. He'll listen to you. Say anything, just so they don't arrest me.
But I'm going to die. Don't you understand? I'm going to die.
All right, so you're going to die. But you're an old man. You've lived your life. I haven't lived mine. Mine's hardly begun. Think of me, Uncle. Think what will happen to me if you don't get me out of this.
I know that she sometimes alarms people, especially if they're new or inexperienced, because she has a habit of repeating what you say. I think she really wants to know, do you really mean it? I mean, for example, if you were a young director and you said to her, Miss Davis, now here you come in from stage left, she might say, stage left? And he'd say, well, if you like, then come from stage right. And then she'd say, stage right. And she would then become impatient, thinking that he doesn't know what he's doing. By that time, he doesn't.
But every now and then I would run into a director who was very conscious that I was a female, and therefore he must not give me my way or let me play the scene the way I wanted to. But that never discouraged me. We ended up playing it the way I wanted to.
In Beyond the Forest, she played the frustrated wife of a small-town doctor. Professionally, too, it proved to be a deeply frustrating experience.
Number one, I was too old to play the girl. Number two, the husband should have been Eugene Paulette, a great, fat, obese man, and they cast Mr. Joseph Cotton. And who wants to ever leave Joseph Cotton? So I spent weeks trying to change him.
You know, that's one of the nice things about living in a small place like this. You're not just a number over the door. People are interested, they like you.
Oh, write yourself a book, Louis. I don't want people to like me. Nothing pleases me more than when they don't like me. Means I don't belong.
I know you're not interested in my work, but I just saved a woman's life.
Saved her for what?
Because it's my business to save lives when I can.
There's only one person in this town that does anybody a real favor. That's the undertaker. Carries them out.
Rosa, why do you torment yourself like this?
Because it makes me feel alive.
To hate everything so?
Keeps me from getting soft and forgetting about all the things I really want.